A standard press release has 7 sections. The first part is your company logo and the date line, which is the intended date of the release. This appears on the very top. Section 2 is the headline, which emphasizes the main topic. This is the most important part, as it is the first element which readers consume before deciding to read further. An interesting headline raises interests and encourages further reading. A subheadline can be included if it supports the headline. Section 3 is the introduction. It is typically 1 paragraph long, at 4 to 7 sentences long. Here is where you provide general and basic answers to 5 main questions of who, what, when, where, and why. Start with the following format of city writing. Section 4 is the body. Here is where you further state why and how the topic is relevant, and include in perspectives and quotes from relevant parties that are involved in the topic. Do include in other information and details like statistics which may be of interest to the topic. This section is typically 1 paragraph long, but it can span across 2 to 3 short paragraphs if necessary. Section 5 is called the boilerplate. This is where you write a short general about section which provides background information on the issuing company, organization, or individual of the press release. Section 6 is the end. This appears at the end of the page where you use either a center-formatted end or more to indicate that the writing of the press release has reached its end or there is another page. Section 7 is the final section where you include in the media contact information which covers your name, phone number, email address, mailing address, and other relevant contact information. This is to allow for the PR or other media relations personnel to contact you. There are hundreds and thousands of news releases each day, so what makes yours stand out? Here are 5 tips to help you improve your press releases. Tip number 1. The headline is the hook that encourages the reader to read further, which then increases the likelihood for your article to convert readers to potential leads and customers. A strong headline will also catch the attention of journalists looking for an interesting story to cover. 3 headlines that work: fear-based headlines, sensational or controversy, new launches. Tip number 2, think like a reporter. This will help you save a lot of time because it helps the reporter save time. Before you even start writing a press release, establish if the story is newsworthy for the reporter to cover. Be honest and ask yourself these questions. Why is this important for the reporter or news media to cover? Will anyone care about this story besides me? What is so interesting about this story and who I serve? If you are unable to answer any of these questions, then my suggestion is to kill the story because chances are, even if you wrote a world-class press release with excellent grammar, it still won't get picked up by news publications as it is deemed not newsworthy. To understand what works and what doesn't, take a look at current news and see what's being published. You could follow the flow or go against the grain with sensational news. Tip number 3, write the story as if you are a reporter. Expanding on tip number 1, writing the press release as if you are a reporter encourages a reporter to pick up the story. Why? Because the work has been done for him. Reporters and news publishing companies go through a lot of press releases every day, and if the work has been done for them, with minimal to zero changes, there's definitely a high chance to get published for free. Tip number 4, keep it simple, stupid. For some of us, it is very easy to be long-winded. For others, they have trouble writing more. The best way to write is to get straight to the point and keep it short and simple. Like most good writing, shorter is better. Keep the press release to 1 page with 2 pages at maximum. If the press release is too long, you risk your release getting overlooked by journalists if you are hoping for it to get published for free. Tip number 5. Use quotes whenever possible. Quotes give press releases a human element, which increases its readability and transforms it to a story. Stories make chunks of bland information digestible. Seek to include a good quote from someone notable in the company, a relevant VIP of the event, or the person in charge of the product launch. Now, with a completed news release on hand, your next step is to release the news so that it reaches the right target audience and they can go to your site to buy your product or services. How it works is very simple. A press release site distributes press releases to reach journalists and publishers who then pick up the story and feature it in their publication, be it digital or physical. It then gains visibility, which in turn attracts potential new customers to your product or service. Most press release sites provide you with a report on the statistics of your press release. There are many press release sites out there offering different features and benefits and pricing. For example purposes, we will be using one of the popular release sites, PR.com. At PR.com, sign up for a free account. You will be guided through the process, which takes less than 10 minutes. Once you're done creating the account, you are now ready to submit your press release. Click on the button and follow the step-by-step guide on the process. When you have filled in all the required details, proceed to the payment stage. Select a payment which suits your budget. You may also select the free option, which has distribution at a lower level. It reaches to general search engines in PR.com, some news websites, third-party websites, and RSS feeds. Once completed, you've now successfully uploaded your press release.